and welcome to another concept video of Dissect Edu Solutions. This is the concept video on area. If you have not already seen the DIY activity of area, then I suggest that you watch that video first and then come here for explanation. So what is an area? Area is basically a measure for the size of a shape. So if the area is larger, then the shape is larger. And if area is smaller, then the shape is also smaller. In this video, we are going to look at how to calculate the area for given figures. So first of all, as we talked about it, the area is the surface, the whole thing which is within the shape, and perimeter is only the boundary. Now these two are very, very linked concepts. Some of the students get a bit confused in both these, but it is very easy to remember once you look at this figure and you can remember it very easily. Perimeter is the boundary, area is the surface. So let's look at how we can find out what is the area of a shape. Let's consider these four squares. Let's see the first square here on the left. Now, the side of this square, each of the side of this square is 1 centimeter. So this is basically a 1 centimeter square area, right? Now we can express the areas of all these squares in terms of multiples of this 1 centimeter square. This is the most basic unit when it comes to area. Centimeter square when we are calculating or when we are counting the length in centimeters. If it is meters, then it would become meters square. If it is kilometers, then it would become kilometers square. So whatever unit of length you are using, that unit of length, a unit square of that length will become the basic area. So in this second square that you're looking at, the side has 2 centimeters length. Both the sides are 2 centimeters length. So length or breadth, whatever you consider, they are each of 2 centimeters. But how many squares of 1 centimeter square can you fit within it? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We can fit 4 squares. So the area of this larger square is 4 square centimeters or 4 centimeters square. You can call it anyways. The third square that we are looking at, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 square centimeters. So the area of this larger square is 9 centimeters square. And the fourth one, the largest one, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 1 centimeter square squares within itself. So the area of this larger square is equal to 16 centimeters square. And we can extend this to any size of shape, any size of square, and even rectangles. So how do we calculate the areas? It is not very practical to always keep on counting how many unit squares are there within a shape. So we have formulas. And how do we get those formulas? Let's try and understand a little bit about that. So I have two shapes here. One is a rectangle and the other one is a square. Let's see what are the properties of these shapes. So the first rectangle is made of 3 squares, which has the side 1 meter length of each side, right? So each square has an area of 1 meter square. So here I have the shape rectangle and there are 3 total 1 meter squares within that rectangle. So the area of my rectangle is 3 meters square. Just observe the length of this side of the rectangle. The longer side, we also call it as length, is 3 meters. And here the breadth is 1 meter. Just remember these. Okay? I'll come to that in a minute. This is the second shape that we have. It is a square and it is formed of 9 1-meter squares. 9 1-meter squares. Look at its length, 3 meters, and breadth, 3 meters. So just remember these numbers also. And can you see any relationship between the numbers which are there in the length and breadth and the area that we have? So if you observe, you will notice that when we multiply the length with the breadth, we get the area. So yes, in general, we can say that area is equal to length of one side into length of another side. And we have this general formula for any shape which is either a rectangle or a square. No matter what its size, you can always find out the area using just this simple formula. You don't need to calculate the unit squares for the area that has the shape that has been given to you. So let's see how we apply to how we generalize this to area of a square and area of a rectangle. So let us first look at area of a square. So we have already found out area is equal to length of one side into length of another side. So if we take that, then in case of square, both the lengths are same. So we just replace length of one side and another side by length of side into length of side, which is same as saying length of side squared. So now every time, instead of repeating length of side, what if I call it as S? And so the area of a square is S square, where S is the length of any side of the square. So how do we apply this in real life? If you have any square shape, let's say here you have a square shape. So the length is 8 units and the breadth is 8 units. In this case, we have 8 centimeters, let's say. So the area of this square is 8 centimeters, the whole square. So 8 squared is 64, centimeter square is centimeter square. And this is exactly what it means. There are 64 1 centimeter squares within this area. If you count, you will get 64 smaller squares. Let's look at rectangle. So again, we start with length of one side into length of another side as the area. And in case of rectangle, the longer one, we call it as length. In the shorter one, we call it as breadth. So area of a rectangle is length into breadth, or L into B, if I just want to call it in a short form, right? So if you have a rectangle with length of 8 centimeters and breadth of 5 centimeters, then area of a rectangle is 8 centimeters into 5 centimeters, which is 40 centimeter into centimeter square. So this is the way you can use both these formulas. Area of a square is side square and area of a rectangle is L into B. And you can find out the area of any rectangle or a square, as the case may be. Hope you understood the concept of area and the calculation of area for squares and rectangles. If you have any doubt, feel free to go back to any section in this video and watch it again. Hope you have a good time. Happy learning. Thank you.
All the materials used in this activity are available in Dbox along with other learning and teaching aids. For more information on Dbox for home use, school program and CSR program, visit the link given in the description of this video. If you found this video helpful, then please hit that like button and share it with your friends. And if you have still not subscribed to our channel, then do subscribe and click on the bell icon to get all updates. We hope to see you in our next video. Happy learning.